Hey folks, welcome back to the Feroz Moto channel. Today we have an amazing opportunity to drive one of my halo cars, being the BMW Z4M Coupe. If you guys don't know about this car, it has the S54 motor, a bunch of goodies around the E46 M3 era, and we'll just see how this puppy likes to purr out here at one of the most insane roads, the Tail of the Dragon. So, without further ado, let's hit it. Okay, there we go, sorry. It's a grabby clutch. So immediately, the chassis is really tight. Steering feels fine. Brake pedal has pretty long travel, though he does have Porsche brakes swapped in. We're running on a KW coilover. And this car just feels so composed out here. It's my first time driving with an S54, and the power is just so intoxicating. The torque is just instant at these upper RPMs as it pulls straight to the top of right around, what, 8,000 RPM? It's crazy. So I'm getting reaccustomed with the car. So I'm noticing this car does not like to be rushed, but oh yeah, it does it for you. Very cool. Let's see here. Respect the power. Wow. This car's just so freaking composed. We're running some PS4S tires on some arcades. We'll do a walk around once we're there, but it's so fast. Stability is very solid. I think I need to just let out the clutch a little slower. I'm used to the Miata. But all the inputs are just right there. Super fun. I think these are aftermarket pedals?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. But they work really nice. Give you tons of that control and feel. Steering wheel's a great size, but this exhaust is just everything, man. You hear it all. We're keeping up with some heavy machinery here. Luckily, there's not too much traffic. But you just have all the power, like, man. This also has the CSL induction box up in front, giving all that howl. It's just so special. Oh, just hearing it towards the top of Redline, this mechanical induction howl, it's just nothing like it. Now, the throttle's a little on-off switchy. I think just towards the nature of the higher RPM, there's a lot of power for going to those rear wheels, but the LSD, the diff, everything, the car just feels so well put together. Now, this is far from stock, but as a platform, I mean, these are just such underdogs. I think upgrading the brakes was really important. I know the OEM BMW brakes are not that substantial when it comes to this generation of car, but with this car being of its age, there's just so much aftermarket options to really get it how you want it. Cool, so he does have an aftermarket rev match option here, which does a good job in wrangling this beast, but the long bonnet and the front nose, it just feels like you're sitting on the rear axle. It just feels so powerful. I don't know how to explain it, but like, I feel like I'm a James Bond villain, just ripping it around. So, some history with Manny's ownership. He's had the E46 M3. He recently sold it and got into this car. And I can just imagine the highs being just completely different, even though it's from the same manufacturer. That with the S52, this with the S54. It's just a different level of competency when it comes to chassis, motor, and dynamics. Out of the two, which was more rowdy? Your E36 still?
I think E46 is.
Yeah. That car was pretty much gutted, had a roll bar and some cages, but oh man. Now, you might excuse the brakes. They are fine. I did check the pads. It's just they left a scream. I'm just giggling. I don't know, man. It's just crazy. Oh boy. Do you know the alignment settings on this guy?
Yeah, I think in the front has -2.
Okay.
And in the rear, it's like about negative 1.8. So
yeah, feels pretty adequate. I'd say a perfect kind of street blend with where you're sitting in the car. It feels like the front is a little, not disconnected, but I'm not used to that feeling of it being so far away from me. I'm used to sitting really on the front of the axle. This car being that it's so long in the front, just feels like you got to carry a bit more of that weight up in the nose, but it does help you kind of guide in and tip it, which is just absolutely fantastic once you get it right. Some bikers here, a lot of Grammy boys. But all the inputs just feel so natural. I mean, it's a BMW, guys. The ultimate driving machines, as we know. This car being as special as it is, it also comes with a Roadster version, but if I were to get one, I think, dude, this is just the look, the proportions to everything. It's just, there's nothing like it. And this sound, guys, oh my gosh. Smoother with inputs and everything, the car does do what you expect it to, which is great. I think I was just a bit too throttle happy before, but driving with my big toe, you can definitely smooth out all the inputs. Now with BMWs and everything coming to it, shifting wise, I don't really like to be rushed when slamming into gears. Do have to let it out with the clutch nice and gracefully, but with how much power you're doing, you're not saving that much time slamming through gears. So different type of driving ethos with this car. I think it's just a way more sophisticated package compared to other sports cars out there. I mean, doing this, it's definitely in its nature, but you can tell it's not one that wants to be scruffed by the neck completely. So driving with more grace, I think you'll get a more enjoyable experience from it, but not to say that it doesn't do the performance. It's just a different way of extracting it. So it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. This color is called Monaco Blue. Yep, with a nice type of beige interior. I think it's a very classy and tasteful spec. I've seen a bunch of other, I think Interlagos Blue is a beautiful color I've seen, but you really can't go wrong. This generation of car, I think, is just one of the peak BMW eras, and I love how simple these gauges are. They kind of pop out to you, and it's just a great package. Now, when it comes to the market of these, how much do these usually go for?
You can find them right about like 35 to like 45.
Yep. So it really depends on the mileage, the condition. I mean, these are rare cars. As much as we like to, you know, it might be a lot for what it is, but I don't think there's really anything like this out there. If you want this and if someone has it clean, I think it warrants the price. You bring this anywhere, it's going to turn heads. Like, it's just such a special looking car. I think it's always going to strike conversation. And, you know, you can have any nice Porsche, but I think if you bring this, someone's absolutely going to walk up to you. It's just so special. Like, there's nothing like it. The ability to experience this is just unreal. So I'm having the time of my life here. I would definitely be interested in actually getting one of these. I think compared to my modern G80, it's just difference in just experience and feel. This gives you that same thrill of speed. We're in a lighter chassis. It's much more ironed down. Of course, it's bespoke, but just being the Roadster, now with even a hardtop roof, like, it's just so tight, it's the word. Now, the M3 does a good job as well, but it's just so big. The mass, the size, the power is great, but it's turbocharged. This is all naturally aspirated. Like, just the throttle response, the sounds, the induction, like, we lose so much with these modern cars. And granted, you know, you can get 700, 800 horsepower on these cars, but it's really not what it's about. If you're here for driving and everything, finding the right balance is everything. And this car is definitely up there when it comes to attainable and useful power. Obviously, the drag in here is very tight and technical. We can't stretch the legs out completely, but it still is a light enough and tight enough chassis to compete with lighter cars. So I think it's winning on all fronts. It's still BMW at the end of the day. They're really great refinement on highway, on roads, on everything. And yeah, if you drive this thing right with the right mods, you can really hurt some egos. What are your thoughts so far as ownership, Manny, with this car?
Great. It's been great, wonderful. I love it. It's been very reliable, and you know, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's the word, man. At the end of the day, if cars don't make you giggle and put a grin in your face and you're spending money on it, I don't think you're in the right car, guys. So we're just gonna be quiet here, enjoy the rest, and thank you guys so much for watching. Let's just keep enjoying this drive. Haha. All right, I'm getting used to it now. With the front wheels so far ahead, you're just like, please, you just feel so long. These tires are doing great though. falls off the mountains, dude. It's just crazy. Oh. The rev matches feel really good. When you get it right, it's like, oh, money. This is like, oh man. I generally think this is the closest like BMW got to like a sports car, you know? Right. Like M3, the E46 and everything, I love it, but it's still like, you know, back seats, everything. Like this is just like a tight roadster. Can't even pretend to hide in this car because the brakes are like, everyone's like, this, what the hell are these guys up to, man? Oh yeah, try to do it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try it.
Dude, this was freaking insane, man.
It's good.
Alrighty guys, here is the Z4M in the car. Absolutely insane. This, like I said, is in that Monaco blue color. We have the Porsche brakes in the front with the Apex wheels. Absolutely gorgeous. We're running a square setup of a 265 35 18. Car felt really planted and was able to put the power down fine. No scary moments, but this just side silhouette is just absolutely to die for. Like I said, guys, they just don't make cars like this anymore, and to be able to experience it like this, it's just absolutely crazy. And here we have the beautiful S54 motor with the CSL airbox. This car is absolutely insane. Such a mint car, such a mint example. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, of course, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will catch you guys in the next video. If you want your car reviewed, please hit me up on Instagram and we'll try to make something happen. But this was an insane experience. So grateful. Thank you, Manny, for letting me have this opportunity. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.